All right, Sam, let's get into this. Now, power rankings. Once again, we're going to go through all 32 teams. Hopefully, we're going to go through these a little bit quicker than last week, but who knows? Sam,
I'm guessing 32 is the same as
we're
last
going
week.
to do this the same, the same way as we did last week, except we're going to actually make sure we do this all 32 times this time. We're going to have you guess. All right, number 32.
The New York Jets.
Yes, this team absolutely sucks.
God, they blow.
I mean, these guys are not good.
Okay, so remember when I was talking this team up? That was like a long time ago. I was saying they're better than you.
Yeah.
Now they had
even I thought.
Now at that point they had Jamal Adams, C.J. Mosley, Le'Veon Bell, and they had. I mean, Becton's looking good. I'll say that much.
They were great.
Darnold had a good game.
Sam Darnold still has continued to show a couple flashes here and there.
It was not a couple flashes. He had a great game.
He really did. The problem is he has his number one receiver at this point, I believe, is Chris Hogan and Braxton Berrios, correct?
Patriots legends.
Right. But, I mean, you have Ghost Hands out. You have Crowder's out. I mean, it's Le'Veon Bell's out.
Le'Veon Bell's out.
Right. So
Chris Herndon, while he's an athletic guy, he's good after the catch. He's not good catching the ball.
Not at all. He's a better blocker than he is receiver.
Yeah, and he's decent after the catch.
He is. But yeah, I mean
Griffin though. I mean Griffin led the Jets in touchdowns last year. Ryan Griffin led the Jets in touchdown receptions last year.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the record right here and say that I believe Adam Gase will be fired around week 6.
Adam Gase needs to be fired right now.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen. He'll make it to week 6.
New York media, that's going to happen after their next loss.
You really think so?
If there were fans in the stands, it would happen. It would have happened already. It would have happened after. It would have happened if there were 75,000 people at MetLife Stadium booing Adam Gase last week, he would have been fired already.
I think he makes it to week 6.
The only way he makes it to week 6 is if they somehow pull one out.
You think he could be gone next week?
I think he should be gone right now, and he could be gone next week.
Well, no. He should have never been hired.
Well, yeah, obviously. He was the wrong fit for that team. He's the wrong fit everywhere.
I was about to say, he's not a good coach.
I mean, I wouldn't have Adam Gase.
Manning is right about
I would rather Mike Singletary than Adam Gase.
Peyton Manning's right about a lot of things. Adam Gase being a good coach.
How much would you pay Peyton Manning to be the coach of your team?
More than Adam Gase, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd rather Mike Singletary than Adam Gase.
That'd be interesting, actually. Peyton Manning coaching the Jets.
Oh no, I think that
should try and hire Peyton Manning. He'd mentor Darnold very well.
The Jets should try to hire Peyton Manning.
That'd be awesome. All right, I don't know if he'd want to do it. Let's move on to your number 31. Who do you think it is?
Jacksonville.
Coming in at 1-1, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be honest, Minshew's look good.
He's looked great.
I'll also be honest, the rest of the team is not.
Yeah, I mean, they've been... Gardner Minshew is looking like,
a suitable quarterback.
Would you...
Here's the big question, though, Sam.
Does he last?
Yep.
And even if he does, last, and he has a good season, but they ended up with the first pick, he's not going to last.
You're taking Trevor Lawrence, right.
Yeah, you're still taking Trevor Lawrence. You're not passing up a generational talent.
Right.
Now, Gardner Minshew is a generational mustache.
True.
But he...
Thursday Night Football, him against it's beard against mustache, Fitzpatrick versus Minshew.
Yeah, it's Florida.
The only storyline in that game.
Tua might. If Tua comes in,
he won't. They're not going to give him a start on Thursday Night Football.
I mean, you saw what happened with Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's not going to have a magical injury though.
I mean, he could get hurt during the game.
Okay, that is possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this though: the Jaguars are a no-name team with no-name players. And I to be honest with you, I didn't even realize they still had Miles Jack.
Yeah. Another coach who's going to be fired pretty I think him and Gase are both gone before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that you could. There's no way you can keep Doug Marrone around. He's kept this team. He brought this team to the AFC Championship, and then he completely lost it.
Yeah, agreed. And that's why Dave Caldwell will be very soon to follow whenever they do let go of Marrone.
Yeah, I mean, they've completely lost control of their team.
Yep. And
They pissed off Jalen Ramsey. They pissed off Yannick Ngakoue.
Leonard Fournette.
Telvin Smith is a Felipe Vasquez. They lost Boye.
Fournette.
I mean, I was gonna guess to that, or actually, I wasn't because you already just mentioned his name. Allen Robinson.
Well, Allen Robinson, they let go.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't lose him; they just let him go.
Yeah. They traded Ramsey. I mean,
yeah.
So it was their decision.
Ramsey won out. Ramsey won. But I'm saying Allen Robinson. It was not like a trade me. It was.
True,
yeah. All right, let's move on here. We went from two places where it's a pretty bad culture. Actually, I'm actually this culture might not be that bad here at number 30. Might not be.
Oh, the Washington football team.
No.
Do you have the Giants?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah, because with Barkley's injury, this team is screwed.
I like what I've seen from Joe Judge. I will say that.
I mean, he's 0-2, but
I like Judge, man. He's good. I like him.
Yeah, and this team is banged up, though. Sterling Shepard went down in this game.
Sterling Shepard, we talked about last week, just isn't that good.
He's completely disappeared, yeah. He's fallen off the map. Darius Slayton's taken his role. Golden Tate is I mean, it's totally okay to say that Sterling Shepard is the third best receiver on the New York Giants.
Fourth, Ingram.
Third receiver. So, I mean, and pass catcher, he'd be the fifth because of Saquon Barkley.
Right. Now, no more Saquon, no more wins.
They bring in Devonta Freeman.
No, they're going to win maybe
two. No, they'll win football games. I think they will.
I'm not going 0-16.
I don't have any doubt that this team is going to win a football game or two.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're not going 0-16.
I mean, they have two games against the Washington football team. They'll win one of them.
Probably. Yeah, this is a bad team. They got even worse with losing Saquon. I do like Joe Judge, though. I like what I've seen from him.
Yeah, and they do have the 49ers next week. So it's going to be more injuries for the 49ers because that's at MetLife.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. But, I mean, the Giants have the Niners, Rams, and Cowboys in their next three games. That's not easy when you got to face the 49ers defense, then you got to face Aaron Donald, and then you got to face Dallas.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. This team might be on the upswing, but it won't be this year.
Yeah, I mean, if Saquon Barkley can stay healthy in the future,
I think this guy's bounce back. Now, I'm worried because you guys know when I talk about running backs, very short shelf life.
Very short.
Guys now had a couple of injuries. Now,
he
said, I think Saquon is a guy that really can. I think he's one of those guys that can come back.
Yeah, I mean, for me, over the last decade of running back talent, him and Ezekiel Elliott have just stood out as like a different breed.
Yeah, agreed.
And then the next year and then the year in between those two, when Fournette was drafted, I was kind of like, yeah, he's good, but like I don't.
Not Saquon, he's not Zeke.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I feel like they were just hoping for something there with Jacksonville. But I mean, Fournette's good, but he's no Saquon or Zeke. But you look at these two, Saquon Barkley and Ezekiel Elliott, they're the two best on the ground running backs in the NFL.
Agreed.
I mean, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I forgot about his existence because he was a second round pick. But I think Saquon and Zeke are probably both better on the ground than Henry. It's very close.
I think so.
And I think you just look at losing a guy like Saquon Barkley. These athletic freaks, they are once in a generation or twice in 3 years. They are incredible athletes and physical specimens, but you do worry about injuries for them. And New York, if you look at New York this year, Sabrina Ionescu, Aaron Judge, and Saquon Barkley, look at all the injuries that's befalling New York sports right now.
Yeah, true. We'll see what happens. Hey, don't forget KD and Kyrie.
The Nets. I completely forgot about their existence. Oh, and I was thinking, wait, do the Knicks have anyone good? No, they don't.
All right, number 29.
And Shesterkin missed the first 2 games of the qualifying round. So
number 29, another 0-2 team.
You probably don't have Cincy this low.
No.
Just thinking, who could it be? Hold on, wait, did they lose this week? Yeah, the Lions.
Nope.
It's not the Lions. Is it Atlanta?
No.
Oh.
29? No way.
I mean, they were embarrassing.
29?
I mean...
Jesus, Sam, they're not that bad.
They were quite embarrassing this weekend, and...
no, they're not. They are not going to be coming. I'll tell you right now, Atlanta will not be in the 20s.
Okay. Is this the Miami Dolphins?
No.
Oh, my God. This is not good for me.
That's 3 guesses. That's it. Carolina.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Michael. They're done.
Yeah. McCaffrey's out for 4-6 weeks? Yeah, that's a problem.
And let's look at this objectively here. Their defense, through 2 weeks, in my book, I haven't looked at stats or anything, but in my book, the worst defense in the league so far has been Carolina.
Yeah, they just haven't been good.
Horrid.
They gave up 34 points to the Raiders.
They have been, well, so do the Saints, but
very true.
They've been bad.
Yeah, the Panthers
have been really bad.
Yeah, dead last in defensive grade from PFF.
Does not shock me.
31.3. 31.3.
That's about right.
Second lowest is 38.9 Minnesota.
Yep.
And they have a 27.2 run defense grade.
Yeah, no. I mean, they let Jacobs run all over him too. And then Fournette last week. So
yeah, I mean, their offense, Russell Okung's been good. DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson have been great. Taylor Moton's been good. But McCaffrey's hurt, and that's that. They're not going to.
They got Mike Davis carrying the load.
Yeah, Mike Davis, who's been good this year in his 28 snaps, but it's 28 snaps. What do you know?
Let McCaffrey, great receiving back. Unlike McCaffrey, he's not a very good running.
They've got Mike Davis, Trenton Cannon, and Trenton Cannon.
Bonifant, right?
Former Jet Trenton Cannon, by the way, I believe.
Who's that other guy? Bonifant, something like that? They like him.
He hasn't gotten a snap.
Really?
Doesn't
like him. All right, I guess they don't really like him that much. But Teddy's been okay.
Bridgewater hasn't been bad.
But he has not looked very good.
Yeah, he's not looked good.
But he hasn't, but he's not.
No, but I didn't expect him to look good. I expected him to look fine.
Yeah, and I think
the big concern with this team for them is Derek Brown has a 29.9 grade.
Horrible. I didn't notice him in week 1 because you didn't put. But after you pointed it out in week 1, I watched him, and he made no difference whatsoever at all.
Yeah, he's not a difference maker right now, and
I'll give him time. He is a rookie, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I am encouraged. I do think that it's encouraging what Brian Burns did against Tampa. He had a good game.
Burns is good.
He had a good game against Tampa. A couple of people were telling me last year or whatever year it was that they didn't like that pick, and I liked the pick. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I liked the pick.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on here. 28. Who do you think?
28. Miami?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Is this Cincinnati?
No. Last guess.
Is this the Washington football team?
No, it is Detroit.
Oh, man.
Despite the fact that they lost.
They got blown out as well.
Yeah, despite the fact they got blown out by Green Bay. They moved up 2 spots, and this is one of those things they moved up through nothing of them. It's because The Lions moved up 2 spots because they did not have a season-killing injury, like Carolina and New York.
And did we expect the Lions to play well against the Packers? We did not. I mean, did we expect them to get a big lead and blow it? Absolutely not. Yes, it's the Lions. We could have expected that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not a good week. Speaking of first round picks, it was a horrible week for Jeff Okudah.
He has looked. You want to talk about a guy who's looked bad?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked at PFF's grade, but if he's bottom 5 for corners, I would not be surprised.
He didn't play week 1, obviously, with the injury. His NFL debut, a 28.6.
Yep.
27.2 coverage grade. You want to let's see what that is. Let's see what that coverage grade is amongst corners.
It's got to be. I said if he's bottom 5 one shot, that better be bottom 5.
Let's see.
With
at least 20 coverage. Hold on. Let's get the grade. Defensive grades. With at least 20% of 150 snaps. The coverage grade is dead last.
Yep.
DJ Hayden, and by the way, he joins fellow first round pick Noah Igbenogany in that bottom 5.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that'll last. I think he'll be better than that. But that was a rough debut for him.
Yeah, it was not good. I mean, Trey Flowers was good though, and I could say that. And Duron Harmon has looked pretty good for them in his 2 games. Former New England Patriot. They have 3 former Patriots on that defense? 4. Danny Shelton.
Oh wow. Yeah, I forgot these in the lines.
I did too.
And you got your boy Amendola.
Yeah, and Danny playoffs obviously. Justin Coleman, he was kind of a Patriot.
And for now they have Matt Patricia.
Yeah, that's not going to last long either.
He'll be gone. I
think he'll last the season.
I think he'll get the whole year or most of the year.
They'll give him the whole year for sure. Because also they've been without Galladay.
Right.
That's a game. He's a game changing play. Well, maybe not a game.
And I believe he's a great
playmaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Another reason why they moved up, like you had the Giants, the Panthers, who were ahead of them before. They had season-killing injuries, and the Lions get Galladay back. So even if they suck and they look bad, they don't have a season-killing injury, so they had to move a little bit because in spite of what they looked like. All right, number 27.
All right, a team that I haven't mentioned yet.
No, it's a team you've mentioned. I'll tell you this.
All right, Miami.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're bad. They're now. I expected this though.
They had a decent performance.
I expected this because I think they have a lot of talent on that roster, but exactly as I expected, they have not gelled yet because they haven't had an opportunity to gel. I think they're going to be in this range for the next month or so, and then I think that come November, when these guys have some time together, we're going to see a kind of a meteoric rise, not into anything even close to resembling a playoff team.
You want to talk disappointing? Byron Jones.
Yeah, he's been bad.
4 snaps.
Yeah, we haven't seen him, and he's been healthy.
4 snaps against Buffalo.
He got benched. No, I'm sorry, he got hurt. Yeah,
he got hurt. But I mean, that's disappointing.
Yes,
you want to see more. I mean, Igbenogany was horrible in their replacement for him. Van Noy hasn't been.
Very clear here. It is not Tua time.
It is not. It very well might be soon, though.
But it shouldn't be. I agree.
No, here's the thing. Here's what I think. I think that if they need a spark, that's when you go to Tua.
But
I think you go to. I think that like if your team is just completely down in the dumps and it's week 10, what do you have to lose?
But here's the argument though, and here's why I am always.
You don't want to get him hurt.
Is what do you do when you're watching a sinking ship? What are you going to do? You're not going to throw 100-pound weight on it, right? You're not going to throw fuel onto the fire. If you are watching this team,
you don't want his confidence.
You don't want to throw something with a ton of promise into that fire. You got to give them the right opportunity. And that's why I'm so cautious. At this point, it's not health. it's now at this point, it's no longer a health concern for me. It's any rookie quarterback. I don't want to throw him into a bad team and get him off to a bad start.
Can we also mention first-round pick Austin Jackson's 46.8 PFF grade?
Ooh, wow.
And Teddy Karras with a 51.6, and Jordan Howard with about 1 carry all season.
Yeah, Howard's not the thing.
Yeah,
Gaskins was out there.
And Mike Gesicki.
He had a catch.
He had a hell of a game.
Woo!
What was it? I think 8 catches for like 100-something yards.
Did you see Odell catch, though?
I did not. I don't think I saw the catch. Oh, I did. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, 8 for 130. 8 for 130.
Yeah, he played very well.
Yeah, and we held him to 3 for 30.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we had 5 catches and 100 yards more.
Yeah, and a touchdown.
Yeah,
and I will say, though, I mean,
Fitzpatrick. If I'm a Dolphins fan, that's one of the things I'm encouraged by.
The quarterback play is not the problem. So, yeah, it's not Tua time because the quarterback play isn't the problem.
And it's also don't throw the guy into the fire.
Yeah, I mean, true. But, like, you also look at it from Fitzpatrick isn't the problem. The problem is they have no team around him, and that's not going to change with Tua coming in.
Right.
However, if you do need a spark, and, like, you're saying to yourself, okay, we need something to get excited about. If this
team is 3-5, then you put in Tua.
Yeah.
If you're 0-8, no. Can we agree on that?
It depends on like how the 0-8.
If they've looked god awful and they just are a bad football team,
give Tua garbage time snaps.
Fine. But don't bring him in to start.
Yeah, no.
Because you're not going to.
If he performs well in those garbage time
snaps, 3-5, and spark like you're saying, I'm all for it. But right now, no, keep him on the bench.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, 26.
Is this a team that I have not said?
It is a team you have said, and I'll give you a hint. It is the, I believe, second 1-1 team.
Okay. Is this the Washington football team?
Yes. Now,
Chase Young.
Yeah, no, they're good. I mean, again, you look at 26 for most teams, it's a bad spot, but you look at where they were. Hey, I mean, they moved down a tiny bit because I hyped them up a little too much, I guess, after week 1. But there's, for a team that we expected to be a bottom 5 team, they've looked a little better than that.
I mean, Haskins was not good this week.
He was not, but he's still a very raw player, and he's a guy that I'm willing to give time. Now, something I've not got a chance to mention, but my thing with the NFL through 3 weeks, once is a fluke, twice is an eye-opener, 3 is a trend. For quarterback play, rookie year is nothing. Second year, that's where you start to see a little bit. Third year is you get to see a little more. And if third year is like,
I think the third year. This is what I'm saying with Sam Darnold. Like, this is his year.
No, 3 years is as long as you're not god awful. I'm gonna be for giving you that last chance, and then year 4.
Yeah, you have to give him the 4th year, but the 3rd year is when you really know what you're made of.
True. Year 3 is the big year. Sorry, year 3 is the jump year. Year 4 is the year last.
Brock Holt makes a good play, but for some, year 2 is the big jump. But those are like the elites.
Haskins, I can give him another year here.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm not done with Haskins. However, I think that with this team, it's the defense for this team that's gonna if this team's gonna win.
Is that a bad thing? I say it all the time. Sometimes the best thing for your team's a game manager.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, if you have a Patrick Mahomes,
right?
Good for you.
Right.
Good for you. You drafted a generational talent.
But sometimes you have
if you don't, that's not a problem. If
you have a Ryan Tannehill, you're still going to make the AFC Championship game last year. All right? Sometimes you have a Jimmy Garoppolo. You made the Super Bowl. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. And we'll get to Jimmy Garoppolo later.
Right, we will.
But, if you look at and also the best offense is a good defense.
Yes, it is.
And you have no idea how much it helps an offense when you have a good defense until you don't have that good defense.
All right. after week 1, he did not get a lot of touches. Antonio Gibson did get a good amount this week and looked all right.
Yeah, and Peyton Barber 1 snap.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone that picked him up in fantasy, I'm sorry, but the big issue for them, Brandon Sheriff is down.
Yeah. That's big.
That is their best offensive lineman and one of the more underrated offensive linemen in the league.
Yeah.
Everyone is underrated, but him especially because he just hasn't. He plays for the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the most underappreciated offensive linemen, but I think the fans there and the coaches realize how important he is, and it's going to be a problem without him for Dwayne Haskins.
Right. All right. Let's move on here to number 25, an 0-2 team.
Is this a team that I have not said?
I cannot remember.
Is this the Denver Broncos?
This is not.
Oh, man. I really thought there was a chance that this was them. Is it? This is an 0-2 team, you said?
0-2. However,
Cincinnati Bengals.
2. Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals. Up 2 spots despite being 0-2.
Man, get that kid in offensive line.
Yes! Bobby Hart is maybe the worst starting. I'm sorry. No. Bobby Hart is the worst starting offensive tackle in the NFL.
I mean, Bobby Hart wasn't the problem this week. The problem was Michael Jordan and Fred Johnson. The problem was the guards.
Yeah.
Bobby Hart was their second highest rated offensive lineman.
No,
I think that says something. Their
O-line, here's the thing, though.
Jonah Williams has looked good.
Yeah, the thing is, Sam, the Bengals heavily invested into all of their positional groups where they needed an upgrade. However, in my opinion, the positional group where they needed an upgrade the most and the most desperately is the positional group they ignored almost completely. Offensive line.
It's not like one left tackle is going to come in after a torn ACL and fix your offensive line.
Now, he's been good.
Yeah, he's been very good. But there's a reason that some offensive line. There's a reason the Washington football team offensive line is still not good, even though they have Brandon Sheriff. There's a reason Jason Kelce can't make the Eagles offensive line elite without Brandon Brooks. And Lane Johnson. It takes more than
one. Peters, who's not there anymore.
He's there.
Yes, he is there. I forgot.
But he's only sort of there.
Yeah.
If you look at it, this entire team, with offensive linemen around the league, it takes more than one.
Yeah.
Remember, in Indianapolis, it's not just Quentin Nelson. They have Ryan Kelly. They have Costanzo. They have a great offensive line.
Smith.
Oh, Braden Smith. Yeah, how could I forget about him? In New England, we have one of the best interiors in the league in Shaq Mason, Joe Thuney, David Andrews.
Exactly. The Ravens have Ryan Stanley and Orlando Brown Jr., and we're seeing now, though, with Tyree Phillips in there, the O-line's gotten a little bit worse. I mean, it's very noticeable that Yana's not there, and there is a clear weakness there now.
Yeah, and I think that,
I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to see some teams going to go up right there, right through that gap where Tyree Phillips is.
I think that he's good. I mean, following a legend is one of the hardest things to do in sports.
Yep.
There's a reason that the Dolphins haven't had stable quarterback play really in 20 years. There's a reason that these teams haven't had their guy. There's a reason that.
Now let's come back here to Cincinnati though.
And they really just haven't. They need it figured out. Even when they had Anthony Munoz, if you had Anthony Munoz on this offensive line, it doesn't make them a great offensive line.
True. Now, this Cincinnati team, I actually really like what I see on the offensive side of the ball, minus the O-line.
Joe Burrow, yeah, he's been fantastic.
I like what I see from him. I like what I see from Mixon. I like what I see from that receiving core. AJ Green's looked significantly better than I expected.
Drew Sample had a great game.
He did. Now, the problem is you have Gase, Patricia, Marone, and then you got Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
I think he's in that group. I think he is now. I think I've seen enough of Zach Taylor to tell you he is not a good coach.
Yeah, I think that we gave him a quarterback. You gave him AJ Green back. He's not a good coach.
We know how Mike Brown is with head coaches. He's very hesitant to let them go. And I think you might need to pull the plug after this season if you see Cincinnati in the top 5 or top 7 of the draft again.
Now, it obviously depends on how they get there. If they are healthy and they finish in the top 5 of the draft, I think that you fire him. If they're healthy and they finish like 6 through 10, I think you can. I think you say short leash for next year.
Fair enough, but fair enough.
Remember, you're still working with a team that has no offensive line.
True.
And
all right, that's true. Okay, this is the highest rated 2-0 team in the league,
and this is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Now, I am not saying what they did last night was not impressive. In fact, I will sit here and tell you that it actually was pretty impressive.
It was.
However, there are always 2 or 3 teams that go 2-0. They're not really a 2-0 team. This is one of them.
Yeah, they're
good. They're better.
Their overall grade this week was lower than it was last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way: they're better than I said they were going to be.
I mean, they're not 2-14.
Not very good.
They're closer to 6-10 than 2-14. Can you give me props for that one?
I'll give you that. Exactly. That was my point. Like they're closer. Yeah, they're closer to a 6.
They have us next week. That's going to be They have us next week, and that's going to be.
No, their next 5 games are brutal. There is a very. I don't remember exactly what it is, but if they go 0-5 in the next 5 games, it's going to be no surprise to anybody.
Oh my!
Read through it.
It's actually not just 5 because Patriots, Bills, Chiefs, Bucks, Browns, Chargers.
Jesus, yes.
And then Broncos, Chiefs, Chokers, Adam Gase, Colts, Chargers, Dolphins, Broncos.
Right. So you look at that schedule. This is not going to be a very good team. However, they've looked all right. They looked very good last year. Darren Waller, man.
Now he's not a top 3 tight end. I've been seeing people saying that on social media.
Riddick. Yeah, Riddick said it last.
I severely underrated him.
Me too.
I thought that he was a one-hit wonder.
And the Ravens. This guy. Imagine Mark Andrews and Darren Waller together.
I'll be honest with you. I had no idea he played for the Ravens.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. Well, do you know his story?
Nope. I'm looking at his Pro Football Reference page right now.
I'll tell you what happened. It's actually an amazing, amazing story. So he was on the Ravens. He was undrafted receiver. Made our team's practice squad. He got suspended 3 or 4 times. This guy was
addicted. God, I'm looking at that right now.
We're talking addicted. He had to go to rehab. We cut him. He was not good. He barely played. When he did, he wasn't any good.
2 touchdowns.
The Raiders took a chance on him. He converted a tight end over that rehab as well. And last year was his first year on the Raiders, and we saw what happened. And he turned his life around, and he has got a second chance, and he has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'6", 250. How do you draft a 6'6", 255 guy as a receiver?
I don't know.
I mean, he's 6'6", 255 pounds. He just turned 28. I severely underrated him this season. I thought he was a one-hit wonder. He's not. He had an 89.9 grade yesterday.
Should have been higher.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is 68.6, third on the team on offense. Foster Moreau, their 2 highest graded offensive players were tight ends.
Yeah, Moreau looked good too.
And by the way, yeah, Jason Witten is not in the top 2 tight end on that team.
Yeah, we talked about last night when I was calling Michael. They got a sneaky good tight end room.
Why did they sign Jason Witten? He was one of the worst tight ends. He was one of the worst players in the league last year.
He still gets some catches, though. You know why? Because he's essentially an assistant tight ends coach.
Yeah.
And then he's the tight ends coach who gets you a solid 15 catches this year.
Yeah, 15 catches. That'll be like 2 more that'll be like 2 less than Ryan Izzo.
Yeah, but that's going to be 15 more than if you just hire another tight ends coach.
True. I mean, Nelson Aguilar, he
had a couple flashy plays in there.
Yeah, he has he dropped the ball yet?
I don't think so. All right, let's move on here.
No, he does not have a drop yet this season.
Wow.
So his 24 career drops have not been added to.
All right, 23. It's an 0-2 team, down 2 from last week.
0-2. Not this Denver.
No.
Do you realize who the Denver quarterback is?
Oh, no. They're not. It's not like they're far off, but they're not yet.
All right, so this team is the Atlanta Falcons.
No.
Um,
Last guess.
the Vikings?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Fool me once, shame on you. You didn't fool me twice. They're not good. I was right this time. And let's make this very clear. This is not a Vikings hoodie. All right. These guys are not good. There can only be one good purple team, and it's not them.
It's the Arizona Diamondbacks.
No.
They don't even wear purple anymore.
Now, Cousins had probably the worst game of his career on Sunday.
I could tell you if that's the case.
I can tell you it's the worst game. I've seen him play from the eye test.
I mean, have you not watched him on Monday Night Football?
This was worse. This was horrid.
55.5. He
That's
had week 2 last year at 25.8.
He seemed worse than that to me. Did he put up some garbage time numbers? I don't know.
He may have.
But when I saw him, and around the start of the fourth, he was like 11 for 28 for 90 yards and 3 picks. So
it wasn't his best day, to say the least.
no.
I mean, I've seen him worse, I think, but I don't think it was pretty at all. And look, he's not a bad quarterback.
Stephon Diggs as well.
He's missing Stephon Diggs for sure.
How much has Justin Jefferson done? Anything?
He had 29 snaps in this game, and he had 36 in the first game.
How many catches does he have?
I'll have to look that up. Justin Jefferson.
So I haven't heard his name yet.
5 catches.
For how many yards?
70.
Yeah.
On
great.
6 targets.
Not great.
So, I mean, when he gets the ball, he's not been horrible.
True.
Get him the ball.
Yeah. Thielen looks good.
Yeah, I told you Adam Thielen was going to have.
Yeah, well, I agree with you there. I agreed with you.
And I'll say this: it's not the offense. It's not on the offensive line here. Their 2 highest rated offensive players were their tackles.
Yeah,
so this game falls entirely on Cousins.
Yeah.
Unless you want to the right guard, Drew Samia.
Right. Yeah, he's been bad. I'm gonna look at. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on the record right here, and I'm gonna say if there is a coach, every once in a while,
you just need to change.
No, every other year there's a surprise head coaching firing. Last year, Ron Rivera got fired, and that kind of threw everyone off. If that happens to Mike Zimmer, I wouldn't be surprised. But
yeah, I think he might have run his course.
Could be.
And I'll say this though, Ngakoue bounced back.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, I think with Mike Zimmer, it's one of those things where it's like great coach, but it's time for both the Vikings to move on, and it's time for him to move on. It's time for him to go to
remember what we've been saying about these rookie corners. Jeff Gladney, another one that had a bad game.
Right.
And Anthony Barr is now injured.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Yeah, and I mean, they're the guys that filled in for him weren't very good.
No.
I mean,
they're going to be filling in for him.
Their linebacking core outside of Eric Kendricks, Josh Metellus, Chris Boyd, Troy Dye, and Eric Wilson and Ryan Connolly.
I'm not going to lie to you. Troy Dye is the only name I even recognize there.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's move on here. Number 22, 1-1, up a spot from last week. Who is it?
1-1. up a spot from last week. So that sounds like the Browns.
Cleveland! This is for you!
This was...
You guys suck! I'm sorry.
They played a great game of football.
I don't care. There's the Bengals. I also don't think they played a very good game.
Offensively, they played a great game of football.
It was against the Bengals defense.
Yes, it was against the Bengals defense. However,
who do they play next week? Because I don't know. I'm asking you.
Let's figure that out. Next week they face the Washington football team.
That's a test. Let's see how Baker does against that front seven.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think that, however, though, their offensive line, Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller, the guards have looked great.
They got a solid O-line over there.
Wyatt Teller is a breakout star this season.
Oh, yeah, he's all right.
He tore you guys to pieces.
He did. I kept looking. I'm like, damn, who is this guy?
He's Wyatt Teller.
Yeah, he's
JC
good.
Treader is a great. Their interior is up there.
NFLPA president JC Treader.
And I think that Jedrick Wills is going to be the best tackle from this draft class. And I mean, after watching Becton play, I mean, and Becton and Wirfs this week, I mean, I'm not sure about that, but I had Wills ranked higher than both of them, and Thomas for that matter. But
so the Browns. First of all, I'll say this one. Larry Ogunjobi for second straight week could be great, but I don't know. I just don't see it with them. I just don't. It still look like the same complacent football team that I watched last year.
This is a scoreboard liar.
Yeah.
They won this game by more than 5 points.
Well, here's my thing: is Cleveland showed me that they're not a playoff team because the playoff team would have won that game by 15. And to me, they played like a team that won by 5.
I think
I disagree with you on this one. I think that they did look like a team that deserved to win by 5 points, where a playoff team would have won that game by 15, 20 points.
I think that they definitely. I don't think they deserve to win by like 20, but I think that was a double digit.
I think a playoff team probably would have, though.
I mean, a playoff team should be beating the Bengals by 20 points. And are the Browns a playoff team? I might have to eat my words because also the New England Patriots had looked quite good.
They have.
And we better have moved up.
Oh, you guys did.
Good. I think that the Cleveland Browns, they're not a playoff team. I thought they were. They are not. They are not they are no longer a laughing stock.
True.
They have we've mentioned a good offensive line. They have a good defense. I mean, not a great defense. They have a couple very talented players on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, remember, they don't. That hole from Joe Sherbert, even though he's not that good, the guys that are replacing him aren't good.
Right.
Yeah. Their linebacking core, Tay Davis, Malcolm Smith, Sione Taki, and DJ.
Love that guy.
I like Taki too.
Yeah.
All right, let's it was horrible.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the biggest faller of the week, down 5 spots. Down 5 spots at 0-2. Who is it?
Atlanta. Oh, no, Denver.
No.
Oh, Houston.
Philadelphia.
Oh, my God. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that was bad.
These guys are, this is.
Not good.
Hey, you talked about how you had to eat your words on Cleveland. I'm going to have to eat my words on Philly. These guys are not very good right now.
I mean, they had an 88.2 special teams grade.
Yay!
You're making Bill Belichick. You're making Giants head coach Joe Judge happy with that.
Cameron Johnston is gonna get a bunch.
Oh yeah, he's one hell of a punter.
He is. Now,
Australia,
when you are hyping up your team's punter, That is never a good sign for your offense.
Your big star acquisition on the defense had a 53 grade and a 47 coverage grade.
Sam, I don't know this, but if they are look on PFF, are they the worst ranked offense right now?
I would not be surprised. Yeah.
As they should be.
They are.
Carson Wentz, this is the worst start he has had. Now, he will get better, but I'll tell you what, this has been horrible for him.
He was good for one half of football this year.
Yeah. And again, I don't think this is like...
Say that.
I do not think this is like one of the things where it's like the real Carson Wentz. No, it's not that. But, man, he's looked bad.
And Lane Johnson was great. Nate Herbig was great. It's not the offensive line.
Not this week.
I'll say, yeah, it's not this week.
You're going to blame the offensive line.
I mean, Nate Herbig did a great job.
Yeah. You cannot blame it on the other line this time around. This one was on when.
Yeah, this game was on Carson Wentz, and I mean, obviously the defense was weak as well.
Yeah, but I said defense looked bad too.
But it doesn't help when your quarterback isn't helping.
Right.
And
very true.
I mean, you got Miles Sanders back, but he didn't do too much for you. He was not bad. He wasn't good.
Right.
He's supposed to be that big fantasy game changer, which he was not.
He was not. It'll be interesting to see what happens next week.
And by the way, via fantasy, I feel like he's become overrated.
I agree. And
like,
I was one of the guys hyping him up.
After last season, he was the most underrated running back.
And I was hyping him up like crazy, but I have to agree with you.
I just think that like him, Drake, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire ranked way too highly on the fantasy.
Edwards-Helaire's look good though.
Yeah, but I mean, I did not think he was. He was not a first round pick.
True. All right, let's move on here to number 20.
Running back, in my opinion.
Down 3 spots. There they are.
Yeah, Blake Bortles. That's
yeah, this is a good move.
It is. It is. He's the best free agent quarterback, and I think that's.
I don't care. This is not a political statement. This is a quarterback statement. I would rather have Blake Bortles on my team right now.
Yeah.
From a pure football standpoint.
Anyone that says they'd rather have Colin Kaepernick than anyone that says they'd rather have Colin Kaepernick than having Reynolds or just random dude. Just trying to think of someone. Random.
You can make an argument, Keenan Reynolds. I'll say Kaepernick.
I mean, I wouldn't. Keenan Reynolds gives you the run game.
Keenan Reynolds is also a receiver now, Sam.
I know. Malcolm Perry's a receiver now too. So what's the difference?
Yeah, I would rather have Kaepernick over a receiver.
You get my Terrell Pryor.
I'd rather have Kaepernick over Terrell Pryor.
I mean, has Terrell Pryor played in the last 4 years?
Right, that's the point. All right,
but Blake Bortles is football.
I'd have.
He's played very little good football since 2017, but he played good football in 2017.
And more importantly, he's played football in 2017. He played football in 2017.
And 18, and he was on a team in 2019, which means he was in the film room every week, analyzing game film with a clear goal in mind.
With Sean McVay, we might add.
Sean McVay. Yeah, the man who for a year turned Jared Goff into an MVP candidate.
Right. Now, I think Bortles is going to help this team not completely go, like, until Drew Lock comes back, he's going to help this team not look like the worst team in the league.
Now, I will say this, though. There's a chance Blake Bortles plays better than Drew Lock. Now, Drew Lock is the better quarterback, and you give him the football when he comes back from injury.
Right.
Because you need him to develop. But
do you think Bortles is starting this week?
I do not. And I would not. I would not start him this week. Driscoll did not look bad.
Agreed. I'm starting Driscoll this week, but I'm starting Bortles next week.
Unless Driscoll balls out.
Yeah.
Noah Fant.
He's looked real good. Noah Fant's looked real good.
Judy bounced back. Sutton out for the season as well.
That's a huge loss for them.
Look, they're now without.
That's the season ender, Cortland Sutton.
Yes, they're without Vernon Adams. Why did I say Vernon Adams? Isn't he in the CFL?
I don't even know who he is.
former Oregon quarterback. They're without Von Miller. They're without Cortland Sutton. And for a period of time, they're without Drew Lock.
Right.
And Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
This is not good for them. This is bad. Justin Simmons, though, showed why he is a top-tier elite safety.
Agreed. And I will now say he has earned it.
Yes, he's earned it.
And Shelby Harris, a hell of a catch, by the way, in that interception. That was a hell of a catch.
Oh, my God. And former New England Patriot legend Duke Dawson played 4 snaps for them. That was the pick we got for the pick we got.
Former Houston Texans legend TJ Yates.
No. Duke Dawson was the pick we eventually got for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, I guess he is a legend.
Yes, and he was on injured reserve his first full season. He was on injured reserve that season, and then we cut him.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Great trade. Trade, Bill.
A couple second-round picks just a couple these trades, trading Garoppolo for a second that didn't work out, and trading a second for Stu, which might be the worst trade in NFL history. That might be worse than their trade.
Okay. Pump the brakes there.
We gave up not just anything. Like, I wouldn't be against giving up I would be against giving up $1 from Mohamed Sanu.
All right. Number 19. 0-2 football team that moved up.
Okay. An 0-2 football team that moved up. This is probably just by virtue of Atlanta. No way. There's no way they moved up. There's no way the Falcons moved up.
Correct.
Houston.
Bingo.
I mean, you can't punish them for this game. It was the Baltimore Ravens.
Mahomes and Lamar in their first 2 weeks.
That sucks.
And they got Pittsburgh next week.
I mean, Big Ben isn't Mahomes and Lamar.
No, but they're playing the Steelers' defense.
Exactly.
That was my point. You go from your defense having to play Mahomes and Lamar in your first 2 games, and then you got to have your offense play the Steelers' defense.
Yeah, this is tough. And, I mean...
Oh, that's bad.
I mean, Brandon Cooks, Randall Cobb, Darren Fells, great games. Great games. Max Sharping, Titus Howard, Zach Fulton.
Yeah.
That's a bad offensive line.
Titus Howard has proved why he was a reach.
I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked he was a first-round pick.
Everyone was.
I was shocked. I thought he was I think, early third. I don't remember where I graded him. But, I mean, I didn't grade him. I just think I assumed he was an early third. I mean, I'm not going to say this, though. I'm not going to say that they have a horror. I mean, this is the same thing that I said with the Bengals. One guy doesn't make your offensive line.
Yep.
Laramie Tunsil is phenomenal. But you could just have but one man. There's a reason that individual offensive linemen are stacked 7th, the 8th ranked position by PFF WAR value, because it takes an entire line.
Correct. All right.
Takes Houston, 5 guys.
Houston, honestly, I can't judge them until week 4. I don't think they play week 4, but
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Wait, no, not Minnesota. Minnesota, then Jacksonville.
There you go. After Minnesota, then I can judge them. Honestly, I still have no thoughts of this team. I want to move on.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Number 18, 0-2, staying the same.
0-2, staying the same. 0-2, staying the same. Is the only 0-2 team left the Atlanta Falcons?
They are the only 0-2 team left.
I don't think that they should have stayed the same.
I'll tell you why. Yes, they blew it.
But they got themselves in position.
They looked good to start off that game.
That is very true. And they forced a bunch of turnovers.
And it was not like Philly where they fell apart. It was sorry, it's not like Philly where they quit. They just fell apart. It was a different type of choke.
Yeah. It was just, why didn't you pick up that football?
Yeah. You pick up that football.
It was a funnier choke.
If you pick up that football, nobody is questioning me keeping them where they are. And that's why I didn't, because it was a bonehead move.
And by the way, you want to buck the trend of rookie corners having a bad game. A.J. Terrell.
Woo! Played well.
He played great.
About second-year corner Isaiah Oliver. He looked good, too.
Yeah, he had himself a good game, too. And in 18 snaps, linebacker Foyesade Olokun had 6
Yes, I like that guy. Foyesade Olokun.
He had 6 tackles.
Wait, how do you pronounce it? I thought it was Foyesade.
I have no idea how to say it.
I'm pretty sure it's Foyesade.
I don't know how to say it. I was like, oh, you know how to say this name?
I'm pretty sure it's Foyesade.
And Tack McKinley gets hurt, though.
I know how to say his name.
Yes.
Tack.
And so does his grandmother.
Yes. Yeah. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Comes on the stage carrying a freaking poster.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like a little picture. He had the whole damn.
It's the size of the Miracle on Ice thing.
Yeah.
You can't. It brings it on the stage.
I'm like, oh.
And then what did he swear on national TV or something?
Yeah, Dion was like, okay. Like Coach Prime, all right? Coach Prime.
Although Dante Fowler wasn't good, Deion Jones wasn't good, Darqueze Dennard wasn't good.
Dante Fowler also isn't very good.
Another first-round bust.
All right. Let's move on here. Let's if you want to talk more about Atlanta. Hey, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Leading receiving yards right now.
Now, I posed you this question earlier. Do you think he's doing the 2018 Juju?
Very possible.
I mean,
very, very possible.
It is very possible. And same with Russell Gage.
He looks good too. Atlanta's got a good offense. They are the only team. You have the top 5 highest scoring teams. You have 4 2-0 teams. Number 5 is the Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have scored more.
I don't remember which teams they are. I know Green Bay, Seattle,
Baltimore, and the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's what I thought. Okay. And then you have Atlanta in there with 0-2.
Yes.
They put up points.
They're putting up points.
The defense is god-awful.
God-awful. What are they? They're the 13th ranked bottom defense by PFF, but they have allowed the most points.
That is generous.
They have allowed the most points.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here.
Oh, Soto home run.
All right, let's move on here to this week's biggest overall riser at 2-0, up 5 spots. Now, it's not because of an overwhelmingly great performance. It's I put him too low last week, and I kind of need to bump up a little bit, and they wound up being the team that moved up the most.
The Bears?
Da Bears.
I baptized you in this. I forget what it was.
It was like an apple bobbing station, if I remember correctly.
No, it was beef juice.
Yes.
And now a Bears super fan. Packers suck.
I laughed out loud on that one.
And the Brett Favre thing where he threw something and like a bird came and intercepted it.
Yeah, that was good too. I laughed out of that one too.
Yeah, all right. Back to the Bears. Mitch Trubisky has looked
good.
He's looked very good. I'll say this though, the Bears were not overly impressive this week.
Also agree. Matt Nagy.
The Bears also have allowed the 3rd fewest points in football.
Matt Nagy said it himself. The Bears have not done anything overly impressive yet.
By the way, the 2nd fewest points in football, the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep, they're a good team. Don't sleep on them.
Their defense is looking great. But the Chicago Bears this week, they played a hell of a football game. Mitchell Trubisky was amazing.
That was
James Daniels, Charles Leonard, Jermaine Ifedi.
I'm going to say that was probably the best game I've seen Trubisky play.
I would say that. And he
That
did
was
it without Anthony Miller
99
having a good game,
True.
without Allen Robinson having a great game.
He played well. Wasn't his team. He played very well.
Yeah. And without Tariq Cohen having a great game, with David
Montgomery
Montgomery.
was injured for part of the game.
Yeah. And oh my God, was it some injury?
Apparently not. He came back in.
No, I saw, I was watching it.
No, I watched it too, but I'm saying apparently it wasn't that bad. He came back in.
I thought he was in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Dude landed on his head.
Yeah.
By the way, Cole Kmet had himself a day.
He did.
Certainly wasn't bad. He's only played 42 snaps so far this season, and he's been a great pass blocker in those snaps.
Interesting.
So, I mean, yeah.
I haven't talked about a lot during draft time at all.
Yeah, you don't talk about tight ends for their blocking skills come draft time.
True.
You get mesmerized by the athlete.
Let's move on here. Number 16, 1-1, down 2 spots.
1-1, down 2 spots. 1-1, down 2 spots. I remember you had the Chargers like really high.
I did, and they're not here.
This Dallas?
How about them Cowboys?
That was something.
They played well.
That was something, wasn't it?
They had a hell of a fourth quarter.
Yeah, they played one quarter. They played one quarter of football.
Jerry Jones.
They played one quarter of football, dude. I mean, I don't think losing Jarwin is going to be a big deal, though. Dalton Schultz and Blake Bell were phenomenal.
Also, Jarwin isn't that great.
Yeah, he's not. Cowboys fans overrate him.
Big time. Michael overrates him, too.
Yeah, I don't think I honestly don't think that he's better than Dalton Schultz. Like he
might not be.
If you ask me who the best tight end on the Cowboys I would say Dalton Schultz.
I don't know about that, but he's got an argument.
No, I'd say Fat Zeke. But
yeah.
Speaking of Zeke, it was not his best day.
He hasn't had a great start, by the way.
He fumbled how many times did he fumble?
Once or twice.
Yeah, wasn't good.
He wasn't anything special in week 1 either, by the way. 2
fumbles, yeah. I mean, he's got, 96 yards, and he's got 185 yards in his 2 games and 2 touchdowns.
Zeke, he'll be fine, but
he'll get the yards because they'll get the volume and he'll get the 4.5 yards per carry, but which he actually isn't at this season. He's at 4.2, but he'll get to 4.5. Don't worry.
He's Zeke. He'll be just fine. But that's another team, honestly, I can't really put my finger on yet. I haven't seen enough of them yet. I can't really give them a pure judgment just yet.
I'm not 100% sure what to think of them.
So, honestly, I say we move on because I don't really know what to say about them just yet.
Yeah, move on.
All right, number 15, up 4 spots at 2-0.
Up 4 spots at 2-0, the LA Rams.
You were right. I underrated them. I underestimated them.
Underestimate the genius that is Sean McVay.
You're right. These guys are good.
He once again made Jared Goff look like an MVP candidate.
I still don't think they are a playoff team.
I don't either. I didn't have them making. I had them finishing last in the division at 7-9, but
that's incredible that the last team in the NFC West, the first team we're mentioning in the NFC West is in the top half.
It's the best division in the league.
Entire NFL. No, but it's not. It's one thing to say the best division in football. Another thing to say the worst team in the division is still above average.
Yeah, and they are an above average football team.
And I now believe that.
And Higbee, whoever started him in fantasy, good for you. Good for you.
What kind of crystal ball do they use?
Remember when Higbee and Everett were kind of even?
Not anymore.
Yeah, no, that's not the case.
Higbee's good. I liked him.
Cam Akers, though.
I liked him, and then I slept on him, and now I like him again.
Yeah, I've done the same. Cam Akers, the injury, 3 snaps, he's done.
Daryl Henderson played well in his role. This is another team like the Ravens, where when they say running back by committee, I believe them.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna have. I think that last year. I'm not gonna say that the Rams remind me of the Patriots, but the Rams remind me of the Patriots in a sense of they have in a sense of like they're just a machine.
I don't think they've reached anywhere near that.
No, they kind of like move without regard.
I'll get that. I can give you, but they're not like
do you remember the year after the first Super Bowl, the Patriots missed the playoffs?
Stop making too much comparisons because
I'm not going to. I don't think the Rams are a future dynasty. However, they are. You cannot put too much stock into the season that they had last year. Although Brady did lead the league in touchdowns in 2002, so I mean, 28.
All right, we'll see.
Different league.
True. We'll see though. They're better than I thought, but they're still not a playoff team. Let's move on here to number 14, coming in at 1-1. We mentioned that. Never mind. I was about to say something, but that's not true. So never mind. I'm gonna take that.
Colts.
Yeah, Colts.
Yeah, they had a better performance this week for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
The special teams grade was down. I'll say that much.
Really? The Quip had like 10 field goals.
But Mo Alley Cox.
How many field goals did Blankenship wind up having? 5?
Don't know.
It had to have been 5.
It was.
Might have been 6.
Blankenship was 4 for 4.
What? That's it?
Yep, and 2 for 2.
I feel like he had 5 or 6 field goals.
And Rigoberto Sanchez was fine.
Yeah.
But I mean,
no Pat McAfee.
The big boosters in the kicking department are the 50+, and he didn't have a 50+.
True. Now, Rivers looked okay. I mean,
Glowinski, Nelson, both above 80. Kelly at 69.5. Braden Smith was not his best, but he was still good. Anthony Costanzo wasn't himself, and neither was T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. is also not very good anymore. He's a little long.
This concerns me.
T.Y.?
Yeah. I feel like he's fallen off a cliff just completely.
He has.
He was always so consistent.
I saw it coming. I really did. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw it coming.
I thought it was going to be a gradual decline. I thought he'd age gracefully.
Nah, I didn't. I saw this coming.
Like, you look at it, he's been... And, like, last year, he started to fall off. But, I mean, we thought it was just we thought it was just quarterback play.
No.
And then you realize that this year he's not the same.
I got double teamed up when I put T.Y. Hilton in my receiver. Well, my receiver rankings, I got double teamed on that. And when I said that T.Y. Hilton as a receiver ranked number 28, I got double teamed on that. Being told that I was wrong.
Who did you have above him? Like, give me a couple names.
I'll tell you directly above him. A.J. Brown, D.J. Moore, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd.
I mean, he's been worse than those. I mean, let's not forget, though, he did have 7 catches for 81 yards in this season so far. So
it's not T.Y. Hilton.
It's not T.Y. Hilton, but I mean, it's not. It's still he's getting he does though. He had 9 targets in the first game, just 4 receptions, and so they brought his target share down. 5 targets this week. 5 targets. Yeah. 5 targets. Jonathan Taylor, stock goes up.
They gave that guy almost every.
I'm going to say this.
Got the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
How many have, like 26?
Jonathan Taylor, 29.
Jesus.
Jordan Wilkins was good too.
Yeah, he was. All right.
What do you think of this team, though? What do you think of this team, though? Just as the Colts, like, what do you think of? Do you think that they can? Do you think they can win the division?
Yeah.
Do you think they will win the division?
No.
All right, number 13.
1-1, same spot.
LA.
LA Chargers.
You're higher on the team than me, but he gave us a reason.
This is why. And now we got WBAL. Nope, they got cool police lights on them. That's not WBAL. That's not WBAL. That's Baltimore Police.
Yeah, that's not WB.
That's Baltimore Police. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway,
this
anyone
is
that was low on
this team. What? No, 8 o'clock. I'll be in.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll be in. Okay.
Go. Let's not forget Patriots legend Steven Anderson getting 4 snaps.
Oh, wow. Hey, this is why I hyped up this team. Tyrod Taylor had a magical injury, and I will tell you this as someone who sat through a magical injury of Joe Flacco. What's going to happen? Because Harbaugh said the same thing that Anthony Lynn said, how Flacco's the starter. Yeah, here's what's going to happen. Tyrod Taylor's still not going to be 100% healthy to play this week. Next week, it's a game time decision, and then they still don't think Tyrod's ready. And then the week after it'll be, we've decided to make a change at the quarterback position. We're going to go with Justin.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think they'll be quicker than that. I don't think that there's a reason. There's no attachment in that seat to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
there's no attachment in that city to anybody, but there's no attachment in that organization.
Anthony Lynn does. No, Anthony Lynn does. I mean, he's been in LA Chargers for a year, and he was with Tyrod Taylor in Buffalo.
Yeah, but my point with that is he's not going. He hasn't been with the organization.
He's not the best quarterback in franchise history like Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, there was a dude that started every game for the last 15 years, and
yeah, I mean, in 74 careers,
it's an under talked about how weird Rivers looks in another jersey.
Yeah, it's very true. But Andy Dalton, same thing.
Andy Dalton looks better in a Cowboys jersey.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anyway, Tyrod Taylor in 74
Austin Eckler stock goes back up, by the way.
I told you guys not to panic on him.
I mean, I was thinking if Tyrod was there, there could be. But with Herbert, you love the rookie QBs. That you love your security blankets, and that's also big for one man, the tight end, Hunter Henry.
Virgil Green too. Don't sleep on him.
Veteran tight ends are going to be. That's
why I said Virgil Green, not Hunter Henry.
You remember how much Dak loved throwing to Witten.
Mm-hmm. Well, Romo loved throwing to him too.
Well, yeah, but that's what makes him is he a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I didn't see his prime. He never was
Say this stat for the last 5 minutes, Sam. Let me say this. You ready?
Yeah.
Because you're going to like this stat. 74 career starts for Tyrod Taylor, okay?
Mm-hmm.
1 career start for Justin Herbert.
I know this one. The 300-yard game.
They both have the same amount of 300-yard games. 1.
Yep. Saw that one.
Yep.
Did you retweet that or did I?
I think we both did.
Yeah. If you retweet a stat, there's a damn good chance I'm going to.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, Bugs Zapper just went off. Anyway, shout out Bugs. Let's move on to number 12. Number 12. 2-0. Same spot.
2-0. Same spot. Arizona. So, this is one that we can't take too much stock in because it's the Washington football team. However,
damn, they look good.
Yeah. Yeah, they look great.
If they did that against a better team, they're moving up.
Yeah. Kyler Murray looked phenomenal.
Like, really good.
Yeah, and their defense.
Really
this
good.
Defense that we said, oh my God, it's going to hold them back. It didn't. It didn't hold them back. This Chandler Jones, Blue Baker, and Matt Peterson having a poor game. Despite the fact We had Buda Baker at a 51.6, Chandler Jones at a 46.2, and Patrick Peterson at a 36.7.
How's Isaiah Simmons doing?
What?
How's Isaiah Simmons doing?
7 snaps.
Come on, Isaiah. I like him. I like him a lot.
I do too. 25 snaps so far this season for him, though. That's not good. And he was not good against San Francisco at all.
Give him time. Give him time.
Give him time for sure. Giants legend Devon Kennard.
I don't know why I find that so funny, but I do.
I just say it with anyone I can remember.
Giants legend Devon Kennard for some reason.
Patriots. By the way, there's this team has Patriots legend Chandler Jones.
All right.
Hassan Reddick. What a game for him. And Jordan Phillips, too.
Reddick look good. I said Isaiah Simmons was a project, but so was Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick's look good.
Yeah, and Devondre Campbell had 11 tackles.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
How about Kyler, though? Kyler is looking like that sleeper MVP candidate that people are hyping up to be.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler and Josh Allen were the
We'll
two
get to
guys.
Josh Allen.
What?
We'll get to Josh Allen.
Oh, my God, we will.
What would you he was coming?
By the way, PFF dogged Josh Allen. We'll get into that.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on here to number 11. 1-1, down 4.
1-1, down 4.
The second biggest faller of the week. And they should be the biggest.
Is it a team that, despite winning?
Yes, it is.
It is the San Francisco MRI machines.
Yes. No, the broken MRI machine, Sam.
Yeah. This team has to play in MetLife Stadium again next week.
Their MRI machine was so bad, it's out for the year, too.
Yeah. Breaking every player in the NFL. I am shocked. They played an entire game. All these guys got injured. But Jordan Reed and Jerick McKinnon didn't.
Yeah.
But not just them, Trent Williams, too.
They both look good, too. It's not only they not hurt, they both look good.
Yeah. And you know what? Mohamed Sanu, still crappy.
You hate that guy, don't you?
You know what? I'm proud of him. He didn't have a drop. You know why? Because he didn't have a target.
Wow. Tim Fetterman from the top rope.
Didn't have a target. 13 snaps, 0 targets. Oh
I didn't realize he was bad as he.
Yeah, bad. Like that. Like Raheem Mostert, 80 yards on the first play, and then he had another one, like a 67-yarder, but that was there was a holding penalty.
Yeah.
And like the moment that he ran for that 80-yarder, I was like, okay, the Jets are going 0-16. Well, they're not going 0-16, but the Jets are not good.
By the way, Raheem Mostert broke his own record on that run.
Fastest.
He broke his own speed record right there.
Fastest in the yeah. I'll say this though. If there were fans at that stadium after that play, one of them would have broken out of the field and picked up Adam Gase and ducked him into the dumpster. Or maybe onto the Garden State Parkway. Oh, sorry, no, it's not the Garden State Parkway. It's the New Jersey Turnpike.
Nice, Sam. Nice.
By the way, parking at MetLife Stadium is horrible.
I've heard. So Pat McAfee is hurt as well. If you've seen that, that's hilarious. But anyway,
this team just needs to stay. And now it's not just the offense; it's Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas.
Bye week.
And they were already the most banged up team in the league.
When's their bye week?
Their bye week for this team will be, let's take a look.
Because they need it, and they need it this week.
Let me just get to their numbers. Their bye week is week 11.
They need it now.
Yeah. Gladly they would take one.
Well, Garoppolo and Kittle both might or might not play this week.
Will they need them to beat the Barkley-less Giants?
No, but
no, absolutely not.
Not the point.
I mean, then they have the Eagles, another disappointing team.
Damn, they're going through all the bad teams.
And then the Dolphins. But then it gets tough. They have from week 6 to week 13 the Rams. Then they go to New England. They go to Seattle. They host Green Bay. They go to New Orleans. They go to the Rams. And they host the Bills.
They couldn't have scattered those out.
And then they have the Washington football team. And then they go to Dallas, go to Arizona, and host Seattle.
Damn.
That might be the toughest schedule in the league.
It's up there. They couldn't have scattered those 4 easy games and like 7 rough games like in between. They had to have all the easy games right now.
Yeah. Like they literally have 4 easy games. Well, they have 4 easy games in a row. And they have 1 more easy game for the rest of their season.
Yeah. I'm sure the schedule I'm sure the John Lynch loved that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's not good. But at least it's not like they have to play any really tough team with the injuries right now.
True. Very true. All right, let's move on here to number 10. Staying the same at 2-0.
Staying the same at 2-0 would be Tennessee.
Yep.
We mentioned that. I think we mentioned last week how like we think that they are the exact definition.
Yep, I did. They're the easiest ranking for me. They're just the definition of the 10th best team. I cannot put them any higher. I cannot put them any lower.
Yeah.
They are clearly better, from at least right now, than the Niners, and they're clearly worse than my number 9 team.
Yeah.
Who I came very close to just saying. But Tennessee, another team, I can't really judge them yet, to be 100% honest with you.
Oh my God.
What?
I just saw the Pro Football Talk had us 4th.
Wow.
And the
They're
Saints
not in the top 5, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God, they have the Jets 29th?
That's immediate firing.
What? What?
He's going to be
Jaguars
25th. Who's 32?
Carolina.
Who's 31?
The Giants.
Okay, 30.
The Lions. And whoa, the Vikings 28. I mean, I was wrong about them, but I wasn't that wrong about them.
Let's move on to number 9, because honestly, I don't really have much to say about Tennessee.
Is this us?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is exactly, I think, where I would put us.
You guys look about as impressive as the loss I've ever seen.
If we won that game, if Cam Newton scored a touchdown on that last play, we would still be 9, in my opinion.
I was about to say the same thing. Like, that's about as impressive of a loss as I've ever seen.
Offensively.
Yes. You also this guy has only 1 more incomplete passes than touchdown passes right now.
Yeah,
it's not like you're playing against Gardner Minshew.
We picked him off. We had a pick. Yes, it was Greg Olson's fault, but Devin McCourty had a pick 6.
That's all on Olsen.
Second career pick 6, and both of them are prime time games.
True.
You remember that last one, right?
Yep.
Buffalo Bills, Derek Anderson.
I do. Because I remember having to watch Derek Anderson on prime time being pissed off about it. Like,
that was a horrible game, though.
I mean, I'm like, I don't want to watch.
We didn't look good in that game, but we
what is going on?
This game is the best. I've never felt this good after a loss for any team I've ever cheered for.
Sam, this is what it's like to root for a team with playoff hopes, but you don't know for sure if they're going to make it.
Exactly.
That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years of my life.
What do I do?
Roles. I'm sitting comfy during the regular season, and you're watching a team that you're hoping makes the playoffs.
I hope this team, you know what, and I think that after this, we're a playoff team.
And you know what, Sam? Knowing what I know, in about 3 weeks, you're going to say, oh, we suck.
Well.
And then you're going to go right back. You're going to go back.
I know for a fact they're better than the Red Sox.
Congratulations.
There's not very, that's not an accomplishment.
Orioles, by the way.
Orioles are way better than the Red Sox.
Yeah, we are. Let's go O's.
They kind of fall off, but they are better than the Red Sox.
True on both accounts. All right.
I got a lot to say about this team, though.
Go ahead.
Julian Edelman, his career high in receiving yards, and he's clutch. N'Keal Harry. Okay, everyone on Patriots Twitter right now, apologize. Apologize.
I told you.
I told you. It was me.
Okay, we both agreed. Okay, yeah, we both agreed.
This entire time. Give N'Keal Harry time. I said he's going to have 10 touchdowns. Now, doesn't have a touchdown yet, but he's going to. I said 800 yards as what I expected for the season.
Yeah, he's going to Brown coming to the year. You like it. You were the way I hyped up Hollywood. You hyped up Harry.
Yeah, I had high hopes for N'Keal Harry. He's going to break them. And this is going to happen. And this is with 12 catches on 24 targets last year. He had 8 catches last night. No, sorry, on Sunday night. 8 catches. Now, Sonny Michel. Get off the field.
You don't like him at all.
What are you doing? 7 carries for 19 yards. In 2 games, that is 17 carries for 56 yards.
This is a very specific example that I can back up. This is 1,000% true.
Oh, my. Yeah. The Patriots this season, though, I think, but this team, there is something in the air. It just feels like Cam Newton looks like he won. By the way, we're not going to lose in Week 17 because we play Week 17.
I don't know the Jets.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you won. Week 16, you're going to have a guy extend over the goal line on Christmas to end your season.
That's in Stephon Diggs extends over the goal line, and that's going to suck. But here's the thing. I look at this Patriots team. Offensively, there is no debate this team is miles ahead of last year.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
that's
think
not just because of Cam. That's because your offense as a whole just played better.
David Andrews.
Agreed.
You think he doesn't make it? You don't realize how good he is? This offensive line was falling apart last year.
Yeah, it was.
He holds it up. Jermaine Illuminor and Michael Onwenu.
Illuminor, the former Raven, and he's killing it. He was horrible for us. What did you guys do to him?
And he wasn't particularly good last year.
What the hell did Bill Belichick?
We had tackle problems all of last season.
What?
And by the way, Marshall Newhouse. I am so glad that I never have to watch Marshall Newhouse play football again. I know I don't talk about him as much, but he is right there with Mohamed Sanu.
Hey, all right, let's move on here. This is honestly poetic here. I'm not even going to make you guess. This is poetic, Sam. Number 8's the Bucs.
Yeah, I think they are better than us.
They played well.
They're better than us. I'll say that.
Brady
are they
did not look great.
Brady looked bad. He had one bad throw.
He had one horrid throw.
Yeah, I'll say this though. It looked eerily like 2019 New England.
It did.
Eerily. Where they win game comfortably, but it should have been a lot more comfortably.
Yep.
And by the way, that touchdown for Fournette screwed me. I had Carolina plus 8.5.
Oh.
By the way, I don't know how they gave plus 8.5.
Wow.
And also in the offensive lineman draft, this week on Sam on Sunday, Noah needed his second guard, and he took Ali Marpet.
Hell of a pick.
He was amazing. Like, Ali Marpet had a 90.1. Tristan Wirfs was great as well.
Wirfs was good.
Ryan Jensen's a good center.
Another former Raven, Ryan Jensen.
And yeah,
he did the opposite though. He was great for us, and he has not done much in Tampa.
Yeah, Chiefs legend LaShawn McCoy.
So legendary is a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's my point. The
All
offensive line that was such a big concern, though, is not terrible. And Scotty Miller,
He was terrible.
yeah, I mean, one-hit wonder.
Yeah, big one. All right.
Dolphins legend Dominic Sue was not good.
No. Number 7, 2-0, up a spot.
Steal.
Told you these guys were good.
That wasn't the greatest of wins,
No, it wasn't.
but it wasn't bad.
Also true. The Steelers are the Steelers.
Now,
They're going to be
listen. The Steelers have scored 52 and allowed 37. The Niners have scored 51 and allowed 37.
Yeah.
So
Steelers are going to be right in our tail for a good amount of time. What?
And by the way, that 90 special teams grade, they're going to love. You know who's going to love that?
Harbs.
Everyone.
Yeah. But
Lions legend Eric Ebron did not have his best day.
Okay, the joke is now.
I'm just gonna do it for everyone. I'm doing it for everybody.
Anyway, these guys are gonna be right in our tail for the first until December.
Man, I should have said Giants legend Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
I'll say this: the Steelers, they're gonna be on the Ravens, and I think the Steelers will get one.
That's
from
what
the
I just said. They're on our tail.
They're gonna get one from the Ravens.
I agree. Might be on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving and Week 7. Those are the biggest games of the season for this team. For these teams.
Oh, yeah.
The Ravens and Steelers. By the way, this team, are they the best non-first place team in your ranking?
By a pretty good margin.
Excuse me? Who did you just rank?
Actually, yeah. I think they are. I think there is a sizable gap here between 7 and 8.
Now, but a healthy Niners team, do you think that they are?
Healthy Niners team is a healthy Niners team, but they will not be fully healthy until next season.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot that he's out for the season. Right. All right, we got to keep going here because we're creeping up there.
Yeah. Number
Buffalo.
6.
Buffalo.
1-1, down a spot.
Oh, right. 1-1. This is the Saints.
When you lose to the Raiders, you got to move down a little bit. The highest ranking undefeated team, though.
We should put up a banner for you.
Highest ranking non-undefeated team.
Chargers legend Drew Brees, is he washed up? No.
Dolphins
legend Drew Brees.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah, I should have used it.
That would have been good.
I'm not done though.
A shot at Nick Saban.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Alabama. I'm staying here in Miami. 1 week later, I am proud to be the next head coach of
the Alabama. Yeah. Let's just appreciate the fact that Emmanuel Sanders was not on the field. Like he
did nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
He did drop an easy catch.
Yeah. That's doing something bad.
Saints might not be as
It
good.
was not Andrew Pete's best day either.
No, he did get hurt.
And
he got hurt.
I don't have any causes for concern there.
Hey Sam,
because they still have a super strong O line with their other 4 offensive linemen all grades over 70.
I'll tell you this, Sam. I came very close to putting the Steelers ahead of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been shocked.
Very, very close.
Yeah, it was not
6B.
Yeah, Ravens legend Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of him. Ravens fans actually really liked him. I just didn't.
Vikings legend Latavius Murray.
All right, let's move on here. We are in our top 5. Only
the Buffalo Bills.
Josh Allen, ladies and gentlemen.
Josh Allen, ladies and gentlemen. I knew you were going to say that, so I just said it.
This guy is real good. I told you
He's
he was
good.
taking that step, and he is taking that step.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Sam, dinner's ready.
I know, I got to mute and tell my parents that I'll be up.
We'll be done before 8. I'll tell you that much. But well, Sam's gonna tell you about Buffalo, man. I mean, they're good. They are very good, and they run the play action for the first time in a very long time.
I think they have the most play action dropbacks in the league,
which shocks me, but that's something that really has never been a real element of their game is the play action. They have noticed that. I'm
already beating the Red Sox.
Yeah, but Buffalo, the defense is legit. Josh Allen's legit. Stephon Diggs is tied with Calvin Ridley for the receiving yards lead right now. Very quietly, I might add.
Very quietly.
But I like this team a lot, and there is a reason why I believe this.
Jordan Poyer has 2 offensive snaps.
This is why I believe this is the Denver Nuggets of the NFL.
He was better than Devin Singletary.
These guys are the Denver Nuggets of the NFL.
Yeah.
They can very well ruin that Ravens-Chiefs AFC title game we all want to see. They could eliminate either one of us. I've been saying that for a while, and I still believe it.
But the Steelers could do that, and so can the Patriots.
They very well could do that as well.
And we don't know. The Patriots could do that.
I'm hesitant to say that one.
I mean, I'm hesitant to believe it, but I'm not going to be hesitant to say that there's a chance.
All right. Top 4. Who's number 4, Sam?
All right. The 4 teams we have remaining. The Chiefs, the Ravens. I know that the Ravens are going to be number 1, and I'm totally okay with that. Okay, I was going to say. Oh, Green Bay's 4. Some offense they got.
They have 12 more points than the second highest.
5 points.
Second place, 12 left.
Second place is Seattle with 75.
These guys have hung 40 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. It was the Vikings and the Lions.
Everybody just relax because Aaron Rodgers is here. This guy,
Aaron Jones, is a baller.
Oh, my God.
Now, I have one concern. And it has to do...
I'm not screaming. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm going to say.
I didn't hear you.
Devontae Adams is hurt.
Yeah.
And I will say this, though. Did you see the new Gridiron Heights?
No, I did not, but I'm excited too.
Elton Jenkins.
No way.
Yep. He is featured.
No way.
Yes, he is.
Unbelievable. Does Ari work for Bleacher Report?
I wouldn't be shocked. And it was him and Zach Martin. I was like, so did Quentin Nelson die?
Wow, Elton Jenkins. All right, let's keep this moving, though. Number 3.
Is this Kansas City?
No.
You think Seattle?
Again, it's 2A. Oh, honestly, it's 1A, 1B, and 1C.
I think that there's a clear divide that the Ravens and the Seahawks have over the Chiefs. But it's not much, but it's slightly clear.
I think it was slightly clear for week 2, but not overall.
Yeah, I looked at the Seahawks this week, and obviously I had to watch them. And I
watched a very, very possible Super Bowl champion.
I watched the Super Bowl champion.
Very, very possible.
No,
they scare me, Sam. They scare me.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. DK Metcalf is a star.
Oh, yeah.
DK Metcalf bullied Stephon Gilmore.
He did.
He Devontae
multiple times, I might add.
But you know what? I'll say this. Parker, it was just a lot of him elevating for those balls. Metcalf out-physicaled him.
True.
I've never seen Gilmore out-physicaled like that.
Metcalf is the guy to do it.
DK Metcalf is a guy that you thought he was going to be poor off the line. That's gotten better. That's gotten better, and it's there.
Oh yeah,
it's there, 100%.
Absolutely agree.
Now, Russell Wilson, they let him cook.
Oh yeah, let Russ cook.
This world should not have let Russ cook. We had so much time to be warned, and we're still not ready.
Nope. Belichick called him the best player in the league.
And you know what?
He's up there.
1A, 1B.
Woo! Ahead of Donald?
Yeah. No, sorry. 1A, 1B, 1C.
There you go. Okay. Speaking of 1A, 1B, 1C, who's 1D, Sam?
You think it's the Chiefs?
No. Yes, of course, the Chiefs.
They came back from the dead. They were getting their butt kicked.
Mahomes came to play in that end.
I've told you this, but this is my classic thing with the Chiefs, and I've been saying it since week 8, 2018, basically. Yep. You know what I'm going to say, right?
Probably, but say it because I very well could be wrong.
More so than any offense in NFL history, they have the ability to score from any time, from any place, at any time.
1,000%.
Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback I've ever.
First time. You see it all the time in basketball. I've never seen a team in football have the ability to turn it off and on.
They just turn it on. They will go a drive.
They can do it.
Yeah, no, you don't see it in football. There's too many moving parts, but there's only one part that needs to be moving for the Chiefs.
It's number 15.
Yeah, number 15. And big baby Andy Reid.
All right, number 1.
Packers legend. Chicago Bears legend Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, how about Philadelphia Eagles legend LJ Fort being the number 1 rated inside linebacker in the league right now?
Yeah, he's had some sort of game, some sort of a season.
He has looked really good. So has this Ravens team.
Other Bourbon Show legend Bradley Bozeman with an 85.
Yes! He's looked good.
I've stalked you on Instagram enough to know that.
He's also really good.
Yeah.
He's underrated. Very underrated.
Kyrie Phillips, though.
I want him off. DJ Fluker next week.
I literally have one concern with this entire team.
DJ Fluker, start right now. Phillips off. Gone. Inactive next week, please.
Wow. Play-by-play camp's legend Nick Boyle also.
I like him. The hurdle man.
Yes.
It was the other tight end doing the hurdling this week.
Yeah. It was not Patrick Queen's best day. 44.2.
Wasn't his worst day. He wasn't bad. PFF's wrong on that one. He played well.
No. It was not his best, but it was not his worst.
True. All right. I'm excited, though, because number 1 and number 2, they play next Monday night.
Yes.
And you know I'll be on the call for that one. Sam, thank you for joining me. This has been the Power Ranking Show. Goodbye. Go Ravens.